Apple had their new event, 2021 event today, their keynote, and there's a lot to talk about here. Now, I won't go into complete detail on everything here. I am planning a podcast episode with my Three Amigos podcast, so hopefully soon, where we'll talk about it more, everything more in detail. This is just try to get through some of the things announced and try to get through the main important aspects of each one. So we're gonna start with the iPad because that's what they started with. We got 2 new iPad models announced today, and just so you know, everything that was talked about here, I believe they are available for order today, and they release by next week, I believe, with the exception of the Apple Watch releasing in the fall. But we'll get to that when we talk about the Apple Watch. So the iPad, there's a new iPad coming out, kind of like your standard iPad model. Crazy notches and bezels on the device, but it does have Touch ID. It has a new A13 Bionic chip. Here's a weird thing that it had that I didn't really understand why. The front-facing camera on the new iPad is 12 megapixels, but the rear-facing camera, I believe, was 8 megapixels. And I think they want it to be that way because they want it to be used more for, distant learning and, work meetings because of the whole pandemic going on. But they have a new feature on these models called Center Stage, and what it basically means is you keep your device placed somewhere, and as you move around your environment, the camera will try to follow you so that you stay in the shot, or if someone new comes into the picture, it'll kind of zoom out a bit to get everyone in the picture. So that's something that's pretty cool. The thing that I wasn't too happy about with this new iPad releasing is that it's not compatible with the Apple Pencil 2. It's only compatible with the first Apple Pencil. And what that means is if you want to charge your Apple Pencil, you got to take the end off of it and plug it into your iPad and charge it that way. So you can't charge your iPad and your pencil simultaneously. Whereas with the second Apple Pencil and an iPad Pro, you just put it on the side and it charges, like right there on the top. It shows that it's charging, right? So that's what is kind of unfortunate about that. But you don't need, that's old news. You know about how the pencils work. So it's weird that this new iPad uses the first Apple Pencil. It's weird that they're still selling it despite having the second one. I'm surprised they haven't released the third one yet. Granted, this one is fine as it is. They don't need to release a third one, but knowing Apple, they usually would. They do say this iPad is compatible with, or has an option of using multiple apps at once. That's more so thanks to the new OS that they're releasing with the iPad. And because of the new A13 chip, it is set to have 20% faster GPU. It is a 10.2-inch Retina display. They did show a feature called Share Play, where you can share video content with another person through video chat. So that's pretty cool to see. It comes in 2 colors, Starlight and Space Gray. Starlight's like their new whitish silver color. The one thing that's good about this device, despite starting at a 64GB model, is that it's only going to cost $329. If you are a student, you do get the deal for having it at $299. I believe you just got to put your school email and they'll verify it and then you get it. So moving on from there, the second model we got shown was the iPad Mini. A15 Bionic chip, so a more powerful chip than the iPad. It does have 5G connection, so you can get a 5G plan for it. 8.3-inch display, so smaller than the previous one I just talked about. This iPad Mini is compatible with this pencil, so it does have the wireless charging, which is great. It does have a new landscape stereo speakers, so that I believe it has speakers on both sides of the device, which is great. Much more power to them, getting that better sound for you. Touch ID. This is actually 40% faster as compared to the previous model being 20% faster. This one also has USB-C, and they actually talked about USB-C giving you a faster performance. So it makes me think, are they going to eventually reach the point where they completely eliminate the Lightning? Because my keyboard, my mouse, and my AirPods all use Lightning, but everything else I own is USB-C. I have an Android phone. My Xbox is USB-C. My Nintendo Switch is USB-C. My Mac has USB-C on it. So it makes me wonder, are they going to remove Lightning overall? Or are they going to just, have a mix of Lightning and USB-C? Which is frustrating. We got some new colors for this one. Purple, pink, starlight, and space gray. The pink one is kind of like a vanilla pink kind of thing. It doesn't look like pink. So that's what they pretty much showed about the iPad. That's the most important things. The iPad Mini. I don't recall seeing the different gigabyte sizes. I don't know if it's gonna have a 64 gigabyte or not, but it is starting at $500, so it is pretty pricey for the Mini, which is unfortunate because I actually didn't. I was looking forward to getting a Mini, especially an updated one, but $500. I don't know. That's pricey. I have a Pro, 11-inch Pro, the previous model, not the newest one, but that's pricey. Moving on, the Apple Watch Series 7. Now, like I said, it does come out in the fall, probably like October or something like that. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because I don't own an Apple Watch. I don't have an iPhone, as I mentioned. But if I do get an iPhone, I'm gonna get a watch either way. Like, you can't deny that the Apple Watch is arguably the best smartwatch on the market because of its functions, capabilities, and customization options. But we got 5 colors. We got black, starlight, a new green. It's kind of like a, I guess you can call it like a camo green type of thing. You know, it's very darkish green. We got a blue color, and we got the product red. That red one looks really sweet. That looks really sweet. They add swipe text now, so when you text in on your watch, you can use swipe text. I did see in the website that it is compatible with AirPods. Here's the thing. If you don't know this, if you get an Apple Watch from like a Verizon or T-Mobile, whatever your carrier is, you can choose to have it just on like a Bluetooth model or Wi-Fi model, or you can add a phone number to it. If you add a phone number to it and you leave your phone at home, you can still answer your calls through your watch. Despite having a different number, it still links to your main phone number. So that's probably why the AirPods are compatible. You can leave your phone at home and just keep your watch on you for your calls, your music, your exercising. So that's pretty cool that it has those capabilities. Thicker screen, so it's more durable from falls and damage. You know, it'll survive longer. They have new features for bike riders, so it'll detect when you're riding your bike, so it knows how to track your fitness properly. And it also has fall detection, so if you fall, it'll give you a notification asking if you're okay. Do you need emergency services? So that's pretty cool. You know, they are making these new updates to these devices. I just feel like these devices are coming out too rapidly and too frequently. And it makes me wonder, are they going to run out of ideas at some point? You know, I do enjoy tech releasing, but I don't think tech should be releasing as rapidly as it is. That's just my opinion. I won't go into too much detail about that. But that's it for the watch and the 2 iPads. We're going to talk about the new phones that they announced, because that's what this is all about, you know, waiting for the phone to be announced. So we got iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini. They come in pink, blue, midnight, starlight, and red. The phones come in a 5.4-inch Super Retina display for the mini, or a 6.1-inch Super Retina display for the standard iPhone 13. Super Retina XDR display, as they call it. They have new camera lenses, bigger lenses. They decided to put it in a diagonal form so it can fit on the back of the lenses, you know, the little notch on the back. Cinematic mode is a new camera feature, so when you're making videos with it, it'll have like automatic depth effects and focus transitions. So if you can keep your camera on 2 subjects, it'll automatically detect when it should focus on one person and when it should switch to the other person, just to give you a more cinematic experience when filming and watching your creations. And that's cool that they want to get people more excited about video making on their phones. I think iPhone is one of the best phones to make videos on, especially because you have iMovie for free, so you can edit your videos right there on the go. I use a GoPro for my videos. I don't use my iPad for videos, but they do have some cool features if you want to use those options. They also got their Dolby Vision HDR, which is from the last year's model. Just like a much more advanced form of video making to make editing much more smoother and a much better experience. They finally removed the 64 gigabyte model. So now it starts at a 128 gigabyte, then a 256 gigabyte, and then a 512 gigabyte model. So that's pretty much all the important stuff about the iPhone 13. Moving on to the final thing announced, the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max. I do remember we had a Mac event a little while ago. That's probably why there's nothing new announced for Mac, which is fine. So the 13 Pro is the final thing that they showed. 13 Pro comes in a 6.1-inch screen, so it's about the same size as the standard 13, and the Pro Max is 6.7-inch screen. Of course, you have your 3 camera lenses, telephoto, ultra wide, and wide. New colors: Sierra Blue, which is it was like a nice blue. Not as it's like a lighter blue compared to the previous blue models. So Sierra Blue, Silver, Gold, and Graphite. Here's one of my problems. You would think they would take the colors from the 13 model and put it on the Pro, because the Pro models do have more features than the standard models. So you would think, okay, maybe they should put these new colors or these nice colors on the Pro models. I would like a Pro Max in red, but it's not gonna happen unless I get a skin or, you know, do something, customize it, whatever. But moving on from that, we got something new called macro photography, which is a new photo option where you can like zoom in on certain objects to get a really nice close-up. Not the same thing as Samsung's like ultra mega zoom, 20 times zoom, whatever they got. This is a different aspect of that. 120 hertz refresh rate, so that's another new thing for Apple. Some phones like Samsung already had that, but they're adding it this time. And now we get a new storage option, 1 terabyte. Wow. Now you know it's going to be the most expensive model. It's a huge amount of storage for your phone. And it's obvious why they want you to have that option, is so that if you are making all these videos on your phone, you now have all that storage to back it up. But we all know what the real reason someone would get that much storage for. We all know. And that's it for today's video. Like I said, I'm going to try to do my podcast episode with the guys to get more detail about this stuff. I wanted to go through this as quickly as I could. Like I said, everything except for the watch comes out next week, I believe. I do have the different prices that I'll show that they announced on the screen. But that's it for today. Let me know what you guys thought about this event if you did watch it. Let me know if you're excited for these new phones, or if you're like my mother who just bought a 12 instead of waiting, and now she has a 12 and the 13 is coming out. But you know, like I said, let me know in the comments. We'll have a discussion. I'm Anthony Olan Tech, and I will see you guys next time.